So here is the components of air. So it is a mixture of different gases. Air is a mixture of different gases. For example, there is nitrogen. Nitrogen, 78%, quite a lot. And here is oxygen for like 21%. So oxygen is very important to humans and living things because we breathe in oxygens and breathe out carbon dioxide. So in the natures, there is a very small amount of carbon dioxide, 氧化碳. And here's the three major gases we need to know in these topics: nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide. But there is other gases, for example, like noble gases. Noble gases is something like helium, argon, neon, okay, and water vapors, and this is variable. What is variable means is that 可變嘅，隨住環境而變嘅。So it's variable for something like humidity is high, so the water vapor becomes saturated, and there is other gases. It's also like variable, 可變嘅. And when we know that air is a mixture of gases, we need to know how to test for like oxygen, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen. Here is a test for different properties of the gases. For example, the color of the gases. It is any different colors for different gases, and what is smelled? Does it burn? Or does it support burning, or it react with certain chemicals? So we have 5 different ways to distinguish, to identify, 去分辨 difference of gases. So we'll do it in our lab sessions, so you can read your textbook first. And here I want to talk about the common properties. 通常佢哋嘅特性啦，即係有一樣嘅特性。So here is oxygen, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen, the 3 major gases we want to study. And here is the common properties. They are the same properties like colorless, 冇顏色啦, odorless, 冇氣味. They are all colorless and odorless. So other than the properties of their color and their smell, hopefully they have the special properties of their own and different uses. Here I will explain it one by one. For example, oxygen, it supports burning. So sometimes when we see a worker welding 2 metals together, just like stick 2 metal together, use welding, 焊接. It's kind of use a very high temperature to melt the metal and like glue to stick 2 metals together. So if we just burn with 21% oxygen, it's not easy to raise the temperature of the flame. 嗰啲火嘅溫度唔夠高, so we need to add extra oxygen to raise the temperature to melt the metal. So you can see here, there is a red rubber tube and the blue one. So I think one of the tube is filling with the fuel gas, and the other one is filling in some oxygen. So to attain some like 3000 degrees to melt the metal. The second one is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is quite different from oxygen. It does not support burning, and it is denser than air. So we will use it in the fire extinguisher. So we just spread the carbon dioxide on the fire, and because it is denser than air, what it means denser is that is something like 比佢密度高，密度高即係話佢會沉落底。So it will displace the air nearby. So the fire will goes off to cutting off the oxygen supply from the surrounding. So the third one, okay, it's the same as carbon dioxide. So we have gas state of carbon dioxide, and we have a solid state. If it becomes a solid 固體嘅話咧，it is called dried ice。嗰啲乾冰，乾冰其實係一個固態嘅二氧化碳。So it will change to carbon dioxide when they attain -78 degrees C. So if the dried ice, you bring the dried ice or something like on the stage, we can create some fog, dense fog, and usually because carbon dioxide is denser, much more denser than air, so it's sunk on the bottom of the stage, so it's create different visual effects. And the third one is the nitrogen. Nitrogen is very unreactive. It is quite a large amount of portion in our air is about like 78%. Okay, it is unreactive. So its uses is like food packaging, 食物包裝. Sometimes we fill inside the chips, potato chips, to prevent reaction with the food with oxygen. 避免嗰啲薯片同氧氣有啲氧化，咁所以就保持嗰啲脆口啦咁樣。So the other properties is that it's very low boiling point. Boiling point is mean liquid to gases. Liquid to gas. So it is very low boiling point, and the use of the liquid nitrogen, when the nitrogen become a liquid, the temperature will attain very low, so we can use it as storing living cells. But sometimes we will add some chemicals with the living cells, because the living cells at these low temperatures, they may die or they may freeze, some ice crystal coming out. It's not good to see that. So some extra information for you. And here's the summary table. Okay, you can look at your book. So okay, so this is three kind of gases we need to study: oxygens, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen. So remember their uses and their properties. So I hope you can remember the testing method, how to identify these three kind of gas. Use what different kinds of method to distinguish these three kind of gases.